was Hardy, Dinwiddie, Grimes, Marshall, and Gafford. Dinwiddie and Gafford are not on the floor. 3/5 of the starters are out there. Jazz Gortman, who made 3 threes in the first half, and Dwight Powell will start the third quarter. From the Memphis side of things, Zach Edey. Wow, Gortman another 3. Edey started. He's not playing right now. Brandon Clark is playing for him. Santi Aldama runs the floor and scores at the basket. And Skin, Jazz Gortman has got me very excited tonight.
He's my new favorite Maverick. Unbelievable. He earned starting the second half, Followell. No hesitation with his shot.
21 years old, from Columbia, South Carolina. Played in the G League last year. Morant, fancy finish. And I think this speaks to something I was discussing earlier, Skin, from the pregame visit with Taylor Jenkins. I popped into his media availability, and you know, this is a year where they're trying to get that chip back on their shoulder after such a difficult season last year. So I think you establish that mentality and those winning habits in the preseason.
Yeah, and I think for a guy like Ja, as you see the sidestep 3 from Grimes, and here's Ja pushing it in transition, is there are people that doubt him because of all the things that have waylaid him the last few years, and he can use that to his advantage to doubt people, or silence the doubters, I should say.
Morant just scored again. Hardy looking to answer right back with a pull-up around the free throw line. Aldama with the rebound. Grizzlies have a 7-3 edge here so far in the third quarter. I think Marcus Smart might have been expecting a cut to the basket, and he passes it outside to Morant, who airballs a 3.
That thing wasn't even close.
That is the second 3 that Ja's taken tonight, and he's missed them both. Grizzlies are 9 of 23. Dallas is 10 of 23 on 3 so far in the game. Here's a turnover for the Mavs. Santi Aldama out in the open court. And that is a fancy pass by Morant to break. One of the ways you want to see how that materializes is being able to survive the inevitable bumps in the road when you have injuries and such, because what you would love to see is territory. And you go back to 2022, they worked their way all the way up to 4th, which of course propelled them to making the Western Conference Finals. And the way they closed the season last year and working their way up to 5th propelled them, put them in a position to be going all the way to the NBA Finals. Well, wouldn't it be really cool if you could be 2nd or 3rd or 1st or something like that in the Western Conference for the regular season, as Quentin Grimes just scored? I mean, that's I think ideal. One of the things that you would like to see, that depth you guys are talking about. If you could turn that into more regular season wins and therefore better playoff positioning, as Bane just hit a 3, then that would be really, really good.
Well, Capasso, you have the paintbrush. So you got it.
Paint, Maestro, paint.
Here's Powell with a tough finish inside from Jaden Hardy.
You know, the other thing, too, about having all that depth, if it's high-level depth, is not wearing out your top guys to get that record you're talking about, and then being fresher in April and hopefully all the way into June.
Well, and the other thing, Skin, is that sacrifice about the top-notch team.
Even after making the finals, they're still flying under the radar. That is what is crazy about this whole thing, isn't it?
So strange.
Grimes attacking a little bit more here early on.
Smart player.
8 points, 4 boards, 4 assists for Quentin Grimes tonight. Cut to the basket. Ja Morant from Brandon Clark for the dunk.
Point. So turn a little bit more.
Yeah.
And he's guarding Scottie Pippen Jr. right now. Pippen came in for, and then you.
Did you what? I know what you're thinking.
And then you have moments. Here's Aldama to Desmond Bane. I'm thinking of Salah measuring is what I'm thinking of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. And
my hero.
You know,
man.
when he was blocking Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant in a game where Dallas came back after the game.
Oh,
Somebody said, "Oh yeah, they know who I am." Oh, Gortman, we know who he is. Steal, score.
I'm telling you, he's my favorite Maverick.
Salah. They don't come like that anymore.
There's a shot inside for Brandon Clark.
Clark is so good with his control and floaters.
Mid-range pull-up, Quentin Grimes rattles out. Grizzlies in front by 5. Give and go, spinning, scoring, Aldama.
And I just had a thought that every now and then during his daily business, Rick Carlisle is doing his thing and then suddenly has a Sala flashback.
Here's Hardy. Nicely done. Hello, Wendell.
Down. And so you don't think they're coming into the season with a chip on their shoulder, and you don't think Denver feels like, man, I can't believe we let that thing, we didn't make it back to the Western Conference Finals after being the champs. Like, there's a lot of excellence at the top of the Western Conference, and the Mavericks are a huge part of that.
It was an offensive foul on Hardy before the break, by the way. Foul was called on number 1, Jaden Hardy, not number 1.
It's extending their defense right now. Good challenge.
Yeah, good challenge indeed on the giant killer attempt, but Desmond Bane comes away with the rebound, and it's Omax with a defensive board on the offside. Emmanuel Miller, who went to college first at Texas A&M and then TCU, he's come into the game and just got his first touch of the ball, moved it along to Jaden Hardy. Dwight Powell screens, and Hardy shoots and hits a 3. That is 5 threes knocked down by Jaden Hardy tonight.
I know this is certainly a big year for him, and all those things you guys alluded to earlier. He's a pro and will be in this league for a long time as Clark stretches the floor a little bit from the corner.
Jaden scores buckets at a premium.
Marcus worked his way into the rotation late in the Oklahoma City series, that is, and did have some big moments against Minnesota in the conference finals. Stop and pop on the baseline. That's Omax.
Go.
Pippen accelerates up the floor. Aldama missed a 3. Smart had a read on the rebound and tipped the ball out to Desmond Bane. Closing in on 5 minutes left in the third. Aldama in the paint, thought he was fouled. No foul given, but a basket is scored, and the lead is 7.
Good action by Pippen.
Here's Emmanuel Miller.
Up and down they go.
First bucket at this level.
That was a really good defense by Omax to get back and contest that shot.
Long 2 was missed by Smart. Hardy lost the ball, picked it back up. Lawson drills the 3-pointer.
You know, now that Derek Jones Jr. is gone, Lawson might be the best athlete on this team.
I think Derek Lively is the best athlete on this team. Just my 2 cents.
He's a good one.
Give and go. Desmond Bane gave up the ball, cut to the basket, and scores on the layup. Jamarion Sharp is in the game. Played at Western Kentucky and Ole Miss. Hardy. Sharp keeping it alive, but Memphis has it. Zach Edey's getting ready to come in from Memphis. He did not start the third quarter after starting the game. It's Scottie Pippen Jr. Tough shots.
Because we need an Edey Sharp matchup. This is good.
7-4 and 7-5. Absolutely. My pregame dream skin. I told you that.
Yes.
We've manifested it.
It has happened. And
That's what little guys dream of.
oh.
Inside, Omax. Drive, Pippen.
Plays with a purpose.
That's why hasn't he been on a roster is what I'm trying to understand.
4-3, Jaden Hardy. Drano again.
He was not going to let Gortman make more threes than him in this game. Dude, those opportunities were going to be there because of the way he attacks.
What you're saying is you got to play your game.
Yes.
You do that and everything else. There you go, Mark.
Yeah, there it is. Edey over Sharp. 7-4 over 7-5.
Followill spent 20 minutes before the game explaining how he wanted to see that, and here it is, and it happened.
Man, Pippen all over Jazz Gortman in a foul. It is 31-24 Memphis in the quarter. The game was level at 60 at halftime. Omax.
Tough shot.
Very tough. Conchar leaves it for Kennard. Scottie Pippen Jr. Pippen had some good collegiate years at Vanderbilt. He had 2 years at Vandy out of the 3 years he was there where he scored over 20 points a game. Emmanuel Miller, he had nice years at TCU. He was a second-team All-Big 12 player last year. 16 points a game for the Horned Frogs. 5th in the Big 12 in scoring. Quite possibly the best basketball conference in college hoops, the Big 12. Steal, Sharp. Shot blocking is where, of course, he made his impact, leading the nation twice in block shots when he was at Western Kentucky. Played a year last year at Ole Miss, wasn't on the floor enough to lead the country in block shots. Gortman, no good on the three-point try. Kennard floats it up ahead. Pippen running the floor, so is Conchar. Oh, it's Sharp. Goaltending. There'll be a high pick and roll here between Gortman and Sharp. Down to the last minute of the third quarter. Omax attacking that is with more zest tonight and trying to chase down his own miss. Sharp is the one who came away with the offensive rebound. And here is Prosper, change of direction and just forced the issue. Omax had a chance to get up a lot of shots and be in a more prominent offensive role in Summer League. Averaged almost 15 points per game.
Played well out there.
Here's Scottie Pippen Jr. Leaves his feet on the way down, found Laravia. Air ball 3. Gortman in the backcourt.
Let's go.
And that's good.
Look at that, Devin Bain, who he was, and I enjoyed that quite a bit.
Well, there is a chance, depending on what Memphis does here, they could hold for the last shot, and presumably they will. If Dallas could force the issue, they've got a chance to get it back to a tie game here at the end of the quarter. They're going to have a shot for a 3 here. Omax